we start this hour off talking about that story Cheryl just mentioned. Right now, police are still looking for a suspect involved in a shooting at a Southeast Atlanta park over the weekend. We know that 2 people died there, and today we are learning more about those victims. So 11 Alive's Karis Belger is joining us at Coan Park. Karis, what can you tell us about the victims?
Well, police have identified the victims as Anthony Pearson and Justin Minity, both 23 years old. In fact, a family friend of Pearson's who I spoke with, who did not want to go on camera, described him as a loving father, a wonderful mentor, a kind human with a warm heart. And he said it was a shame that this tragedy cut his life short. The sound of shots Saturday night in Coan Park came as a surprise to El Tariq Salem.
I thought I heard fireworks, and I was like, okay, it's close to 4th of July. They're just firing off fireworks. That's fine. And then it was like 10 shots back to back to back, and then like 4 or 3 like intermittent, spread out. And I was like, okay, those aren't fireworks. Those are shots.
Salem says he was house sitting when he heard the gunfire after what he says was a party, but the good times didn't last.
I would say it was a pretty consistent trickle. I would say it was at first, everyone was running away down the street towards their cars. They had parked on the other side. And then people were walking away because they knew the party was over.
Atlanta police say when they arrived, they found a man now identified as 23-year-old Anthony Pearson on the ground with a gunshot wound to the head. Pearson was one of 2 people who police initially said were shot. Another person, Justin Minity, died Monday from his injuries. People nearby say the park is a popular place for people to gather without worries, which is why the tragedy that transpired Saturday is such a shock.
But I'd also say it's just not consistent with this neighborhood. But it's a surprise and saddened fact to learn about any kind of violence here.
Now the friends and families of the victims are left to mourn after a summer celebration turned sour. And investigators say they are very much still looking for the person who is responsible. Anyone with information should reach out to officers because this case is very much active. In Kirkwood, I'm Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.